And we're live. Thank you all so much for playing along with my silly game. It's fun to see everybody here bright and early in the morning. Everybody have a good evening last night enjoying Central Florida entertainment? Cool. So my name is Nick Molnar. I am a program manager who works on the Visual Studio Online team. And today we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into Visual Studio Online. Hopefully you've already seen a little bit of it in some of the keynotes that have preceded this session. My contact information is here. I'm NickMD23 on Twitter or GitHub. I'm telling you that now because I am going to pack our 45 minutes together. So do me a favor, if you have a question, please jot it down, write out a note on your phone, tweet me, whatever you want. I'll be at the booth immediately after this to answer questions. I'll try to save some time, but I'm going to go through the demo and save questions for the end or later where we can do them asynchronously. I also want to point out that I am just one of many. I have the honor to get to chat with you, and you have the displeasure of having to listen to me. So it's clearly balanced here. But I have the pleasure for my team to get to kind of show off all of these things. And it won't just be Visual Studio Online, but it'll be kind of all of the future that we think about when it comes to developer productivity. Now, I want to root us with where our team has started to think about. And it begins with conversations like the one we just had. We get on the phone with people, and we just use Notepad and make them do silly things. And that's how we learn about developers. Now, obviously, we talk to a lot of developers. We have a rich history of talking to developers in DevDiv. And what we have seen overwhelmingly is a set of trends that are really starting to affect developers and the way that they do work. So in no particular order, the first of which is microservices and cloud-native development, right? What we're seeing from developers is that because services are being broken into smaller pieces, it's giving them the flexibility to choose the right tool for the job. We're seeing departments that typically were maybe using just one language becoming a little bit more polyglot, using multiple languages for different kinds of services, different data storage techniques, things like that. It means that the scope of our jobs is beginning to widen. We're also seeing more and more uptick in both open source, the stuff that you would see on GitHub, for example, traditionally, as well as inner source, things that are behind your firewall, but teams sharing code and allowing each other to collaborate more naturally in an open source way, following the same paradigms. We're seeing teams get more and more distributed around the world, either multiple offices and multiple locations as companies turn into tech companies, or remote employees like myself. I work from home in my own office in Austin, Texas, but a lot of my team is spread around the world and particularly in Seattle, Washington. And then lastly, of course, the ever-increasing time to market, right? There's more and more business demand for us to get our solutions into our customer hands. So looking at kind of all of these trends, my team's job and what we want to do for you is we want to make you as productive as possible so you can deal with all of this complexity, these overlapping things that are kind of maybe making you do more, be involved in more projects, onboard more people onto your teams, and to do that quickly, as well as just to communicate and collaborate with the people who are on your team. So to do that, we start from the place of what is the context that you do development in. Everybody who has a job has some context, right? Chefs build kitchens, and they have special tools that they use for different kitchen jobs. Mechanics have garages. Athletes wear special shoes and use different equipment to do their practice. We as developers have the same thing, and we have our dev environments. So that was one of the first things that we look at is the context at which you're doing your job and how we can make you more productive in that context. So what is a dev environment? Well, first of all, it starts with the choice of an editor. How do you want to edit the code, right? The raw material that is we output all day long. Next is the source. So you know what the source is, and there's the tooling that goes along with the source, whether that's Git or TFS or whatever your source control manager of choice is. We have the runtimes that we install. I'm going to be showing you some Node stuff today. But how many .NET developers do we have in the audience? A lot. C++, TypeScript. Yeah, so all kinds of different people, and when I do these sessions, we see more and more hands raising up from more and more different languages. We need debuggers to go along with our languages to help us when we're in times of need. We have all kinds of package management systems, right? So NPM, NuGet, pip, gems, all of these things that we need to pull into our environments. There are other additional tools. Maybe they're command line tools, maybe they're GUIs, but there's things that help us do our job. Of course, we're on the terminal a lot to do builds and to run tests and do things like that. And then there's extensions, right? We all like to pimp our editors to make them look and feel and do exactly what we need them to do. And then there's other miscellaneous configuration, right? So there's a bunch, and I particularly illustrated these things as cogs that are interacting because you probably know if you break one of these cogs, right? Maybe you upgraded a version or you got a bad release or something like that. Sometimes your entire environment can grind to a halt. And so what we've seen is a little bit of paralysis from developers who can be concerned about making a change to their environment to go do some new task, right? Like I know for myself, I've been very interested in trying out some Rust stuff, but I'm like, ooh, do I really want to go and install Rust and figure out cargo? And how is that going to mess up my environment that I have perfectly tuned? Now, there's two other pieces to what a dev environment is, and that is the two most important. That's the project or task that you're working on and you, right? You are a part of your environment, and it's you and your team. It's not just the software and the hardware, but it's also the people that are around you that are part of your developer environment. So kind of with that, I wanted to tell you a little true story. So I'm a huge baseball fan. In 2003, I decided that I was going to make it a lifelong goal to go see a game at every stadium, every Major League stadium. There's 30 of them. And so I've been doing this for quite a while. In that time, I've had a daughter. I've gotten married. I have eaten, clearly, a lot of nachos. Wait, you didn't laugh at the other jokes, but when I make a joke about me being fat, that's when I get a laugh. Y'all are cruel. But along the way, I've had different ways of keeping track of which stadiums I've gone to. In 2003, I collected ticket stubs, and now you don't get those anymore. So ticket stubs are useless. I actually have a baseball passport. This is true. I have a passport book that I go and I get stamped, but they didn't start making that until like 2012. So the first 10 years of my journey are not chronicled. So what I ended up doing was building an application for keeping track of which stadiums I've been to. Now, knowing what I know about you as a room full of fellow geeks and developers, I'm guessing we have a huge number of baseball fans in the room. Well, I should have, yeah, it's only because we're in Florida, right? The Marlins and the Rays get no love. So if only there was some way for me to get my fellow developers and geeks interested in baseball. Like, it shouldn't be pandering. It should just be something simple and easy. I'm not quite sure what I could do to convince you that baseball matters. This is the best part. So now that you know the true story about the Death Star, who likes baseball now? All right. I like that. Yeah, you can keep that going. The applause is great. It feeds my ego, which I need. My wife would disagree. So let's go take a look at this application. So I'm going to head over here to GitHub. And on GitHub, I have this ballpark tracker application. Here's a little screenshot of what it looks like. And what I want to call out here is that it specifically says right here in this repo that it uses Node.js and MongoDB. That might be problematic. Let me open up the terminal here. And I don't have Node installed. OK, that's all right. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take this repo, and I'm going to come over here to Visual Studio Code. Now, in code, I've installed an extension called the Visual Studio Online extension. That is a new extension that got released yesterday as public preview. When I do that, I have this additional Remote Explorer activity bar. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new environment. And it's going to ask me a set of questions here. We're just going to use the default settings for creating an environment. And what is the Git repository that I want to create an environment around? So it's going to be the URL for that ballpark tracker we were just looking at. And I can give this environment a name, and we'll say for Ignite. And I'm going to create that environment. Now, this environment is going to go, this extension is going to go explore that repository and create an entire software development environment with all of those cogs that we already saw on what is in a development environment, and allow me to connect to it. Now, it usually takes about a minute. I have one that's already available, this ballpark tracker. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect to that environment. So I pre-baked this one. One is still spinning right now. It'll be created in a moment. We're going to connect to a thing that has all of the source code and all of those 8 cogs that we looked at. So I'm now connected to this environment. You can see I have the source here. I have a terminal. I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to look and see if I have Node. And I do. I have Node version 12. So I am no longer on my computer. I'm in a different world. I have everything that I need to be productive instantly. In fact, if I take a look, I'm now running a Linux machine. Clearly, this demo is coming from Windows, but everything that's happening inside of VS Code is in Linux, which means I get the best of both worlds. I can use all the strength of development in Linux, but also all the amazing productivity that I like with Windows. So I get to kind of blend things together. I'll also point out that since this is a Node project, all of my Node modules automatically got installed. So I'm instantly productive. I don't have to wait for that lengthy restore to happen. I can go ahead and I can browse for a file. I'll open up that file. This file is opening from a remote place. I get everything that I would expect and know from the Visual Studio Code experience. So I get my syntax highlighting. I can turn on the debugger here. So I'll just put a breakpoint right there. I'll press F5 to start the debugger. I hit the breakpoint. I will see everything that you would expect from that, right? So I have all of my variables. I have my call stack, et cetera, et cetera. We'll turn off that breakpoint real quick. We'll continue. The app runs, it launches, it opens up in a new tab, and this is my tracker, right? I can see all of the different stadiums that I've been to. I can click on any single one of them, and I can see the information about it, and I can check off whether it's been visited or not. Now, I want to point out something that's kind of peculiar here that you might notice, and that's the URL that I'm connected to, 127.0.01. That's localhost, but we're talking about this is running in a remote environment. So that's kind of weird. It's not really what I was expecting. But let's go back and look at that Remote Explorer, and you can see that even though my app listens on port 3000, we know that the remote environment was going to run an app on port 3000, and we open up that port for you. Now, the truth is we don't open up any ports for you by default. Instead, you have to configure it, or you make a gesture. So if I go and I look at my configuration, I have this devcontainer.json file. And you can see I've said that anytime somebody wants to build an environment based on this repository, they're going to need to be able to access port 3000. So we've automatically port forwarded from my local environment so I can just use my browser and my browser dev tools and the experience that I'm used to. It feels immediately natural to connect to this remote thing. So let me kind of show you another example of that. I'm going to go ahead and come back to the terminal, and I'm going to run a cool little tool that I like called Mongo UI. Now, so npx, if you're not familiar, is a command to download something from npm and immediately run it. So this is like a little admin console that lets me interact with my MongoDB database. Oh, and it's ready to go, so I'll skip the water. So it's on port 3001, but 3001 was not configured. So I can just come in here and say, I want to forward a port. Which port? 3001. I can give that port forwarding mapping a name. I'll just use the default name. And now, if I copy this URL and I open it up in a new tab, we can see that I have my list of Mongo databases. I'm going to pick the ballpark tracker database, and I can see my collection of ballparks. And there's all the JSON documents that makes up my collection of ballparks. So that's pretty slick. So you can see how I was able to add a port. And if I wanted to shut it down and be a little bit more secure, perhaps, I can delete that port forwarding. And now I'm no longer able to hit this URL because the port's not been forwarded. Now, you might have also noticed when we were looking at my dev container JSON, I had a list of extensions. So I have some opinion about the way that development should happen for this repository, right? The environment that is being created is customized per the specifications required by the project. So if I go and I look at my list of extensions, you'll see that I have ESLint, oops. I have ESLint, and I have this chat thing installed as well. That automatically gets installed, and anybody who created an environment based on Ballpark app would get the same extension. I'll also point out that you'll notice that I have a category of extensions that are running remotely, but I can also still run extensions locally, and VS Code will merge together the experience of both of those things. This allows you to not only customize your environment, so everybody on your team kind of has the same set of tooling, but to keep your environment personal to you. So if you like a white theme and I like a dark theme, you can use that. If you have a certain set of fonts that you want, you can use that as well. Everybody will have the same kind of fundamental underpinnings of how the environment works, but it's still personalized and it feels natural. I know how much developers care about personalizing their environments because all the laptops I see right now have stickers on the back, right? We love to kind of do that stuff. Now, one of these extensions is ESLint. So what ESLint does is it forces an opinion on the way that my JavaScript code is formatted. And you'll notice that if I come in and I look at the problems for this file, I have a bunch of problems because I'm supposed to have a space after this. That's one of the conventions. See, I just fixed that. I can just come in and click on this and let ESLint fix the problem. So I'll fix all of the problems automatically. Great. Many of my problems went away. I won't worry about fixing devcontainer.json right now. But how do I deal with that change, given that this is on a remote environment? So of course, I can just come over to the SCM panel, and I can go ahead and I can commit the change that I just made. But I'm much more of a terminal guy. So I'm going to bring the terminal back up. And actually, before I show you how I commit code from the terminal, I just realized I don't really like to spell out git push, git commit, right? I have aliases. So part of what makes my environment personalized to me is if I go and I look at the settings that we have here in VS Code. Let me make this a little easier for you all to see. I have these Visual Studio Online settings. And one of those is for a .files repository. So any environment that I get created will go and pull in my collection of .files so I can customize my environment however I want to, using things like bashrc or gitignore files, things like that. So what that means is I get this experience that I always want at the terminal, right? So I'm a big baseball fan, so every single day I come in and I run MLBV. Season is over right now, so let's look at a date from the past. There's the line scores. So I kind of do this so my manager doesn't realize that I'm just reading baseball news all day. My Yankees won that day. They crushed the Red Sox in London, so that was a good day. I have really important aliases that I do all kinds of real-world work on. I like to party sometimes. Although this alias is kind of badly named because it's a terminal party. That sounds like a euphemism for a funeral. Sorry, that was bad. That's as good as they get. So you can choose to laugh or not, but I'm a developer, not a comedian. So anyway, let's get back to committing that code. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a guac. All of my friends at work make fun of me because they say, that's not guac, that's gack. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm from Texas, so everything is guac. So I should have said I was fat. Everything was guac, and that would have got a laugh. Fix ESLint issues. So I can go ahead and I can do that, and I'll gpom it, which is git post origin master. And you'll notice that I don't get popped up for my credentials. And that's because we automatically roam your Git identity. You'll start to notice a theme here. Everything that we're trying to do, even though you're in this remote environment, is to feel like you're at home, to feel like you're in your local environment that you've always had, right? So I didn't have to do anything special. We proxy that identity for you. So that's kind of a lap around Visual Studio Online environments. Now, good news. In June, I went to Detroit, and I saw the 30th stadium. So lifelong dream completed, and I would be so proud for you all to join me. Let's go to Detroit and check it off so my 29 can change to 30. Y'all are awesome. You're my new favorites. So let's check it off. You ready to see 30 go to 30? Yeah. Oh. Psych. All right. Looks like there's a little bit of a bug. Let's see if we can go and fix that. Too fast, yeah. Let's get rid of this guy down here. So there's an error here where I'm not getting the body that I expect, is what I think is going on. And I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to fix that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a feature that comes built into all environments called IntelliCode. Now, we've seen autocompletion in IntelliSense for a long time now. What IntelliCode does is takes it to the next level by using AI-assisted machine learning to scan tons of code on GitHub to figure out how APIs that you're using are actually used in the wild, and then makes recommendations, not in alphabetical order or not based on what you might have already typed in the past, but based on the wisdom of the crowd. This is collaboration that goes beyond your cubicle, beyond your office. It goes worldwide. And so if I do a dot here on this string, I can see that strings are replaced and split, and people get the length very often. But it's smart. It's not just the same thing every time. It's in context. So if I say, if Mongo, now I'm inside of a conditional, now it's like, oh, you probably want length. And if not, you want index of. So these stars that you're seeing here are the intelligence coming from IntelliCode. Now that was on a string. I know I don't need a string. I need to do something with my app. So app dot, oh, I want to use, that's right, that's how I add middleware. So I'm going to use Express, that's the name of my app, of this framework, and JSON. So now my body, when I check that checkbox, will actually get parsed as JSON. I think this is going to fix the issue. So let's relaunch the debugger. It opens up my browser again. Let's go back into Detroit. Fingers crossed. Woo! This is awesome. So let's go ahead and let's stop the debugger. And I'm done with this environment for right now. So I'm simply going to come over here and say, disconnect. That's it. We don't need to be looking at code anymore. Done. I fixed the issue. So let's quickly review what we just saw. So I kind of introduced you to the concept of your context in which you work, and that context is king. And I said that there are roughly a dozen things that are important in your environment, right? From your terminal to your source, your debugger, your packages, your extensions, your runtimes, things like that. The two most important things are the project or task that you're trying to complete and you, right? And so Visual Studio Online environments encapsulate all of that. We shrink wrap it. Then we allow you to run it in the cloud, in Azure. And so you can have as many as you want to. You can scale them vertically to get really beefy machines if you have a heavier workload, or you can scale them horizontally. You can have lots of these environments. Maybe you want to do a quick little pull request review, right? Create an environment for that for an hour or two, like I just did. Maybe you have a project that you're going to be working on for months or years at a time. Leave it sitting around. That's fine. That's all backed by the compute, networking, and storage power of Azure. And then, of course, you get to connect to it from VS Code. But editor choice is an important choice for developers as well. So we also have the ability to connect to it from the browser. If you haven't seen this cool little wave, that's the new Edge browser that was announced this week, or Chrome, as well as Visual Studio, which we'll look at in a moment. So let's take the next challenge in my life. I've done all 30 major league stadiums. Why don't we try to do all 30 minor league stadiums? And I'm going to do that completely from the browser. So let's close down what we had opened. And here I am at Visual Studio Online. And we can see the two environments, the one that I created earlier and the one that we've been using. I'm going to go ahead and connect to Ballpark Tracker. Chrome is not open right now. I'm in the browser. When I open up Ballpark Tracker, what you're going to see is something that is powered by Visual Studio Code. And it's the Visual Studio Online browser-based editor. I still don't have Node installed on my machine. I could do this from anywhere. I'm on vacation next week, and when my boss calls me and tells me to fix a bug, I'm going to pop on my mother-in-law, who still uses AOL's computer, and not have to install a single thing, but I will be productive. Now, I get everything that I would expect inside of this environment, even though it's in the browser. So I still have my terminal. Right? I can still find out the scores. So that's great. I still have Node installed, as I mentioned. That's awesome. I can look at my files. And that's good to go. Let me go ahead and set the debugger. That works. Everything that you would expect to work from VS Code works in the browser. It's actually quite magical. Actually, the thing that I just did that I didn't catch the first 3 times I personally did it as the PM of the product, I pressed F5. It launched the debugger in a browser. It didn't refresh the browser window. We launched the debugger, right? We did exactly what you would expect it to do from all your years of debugging. So let's go ahead and turn off the breakpoint, and we will continue. The app launches. Check out that URL. We don't have the ability to run something localhost for you because we don't have anything installed on your machine in this case. I'm still able to get to my app. But here's the problem. This is only the 30 original stadiums. And where is this data stored? Does anybody remember? Mongo. I'm not a Mongo guy. I need a little bit of help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another feature that comes built into all environments, which is live share. And I am going to go ahead. I'm going to ping my buddy Jonathan. That was uncanny. So hopefully Jonathan's around and he can help me out. I see the query here that I need to make that's right now just getting Major League Baseball stadiums. I want AAA stadiums. Let's see. I think all I need to do is say MLB and AAA. So let's see if he tells me that's how I should be fixing these stadiums. Okay, yeah, so he wants to take a look. Sure, let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invite Jonathan to just collaborate with me right here in this code base. So I've just invited him to the remote thing that I have in the cloud. I'm not quite sure where he is right now or what he's running. He could be running Visual Studio 2019. He could be running the desktop version of code. He could be in the browser just like I am. So I see that Jonathan is joining, so he accepted my invite. We can see it spinning up here. So what we're actually looking at now, as this join happens, because I know Jonathan is on the horrible Wi-Fi, yay Wi-Fi at the conference. He's trying to connect right now. What's actually happening is we're using a product called LiveShare. Now, LiveShare is built into Visual Studio Online, but you can also get it today separately. It's available generally for both Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. Well, JC, I think you need better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think so too.
What the heck? So that's the God mode of LiveShare. When you click that button.
I can help you from here if you want.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi is going to just not work.
Wait, so are you in the back of the room, JC?
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you were here. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, how do I do this dumb query in Mongo?
Well, I don't think you need the query at all, because if you want to not limit it by MLB and you want to include AAA, then just delete line 24 entirely and then update your find call to not have a query.
Oh, so the whole less is more approach.
Yes.
So like that?
Just like that.
Okay, all right, let's see. I'll save that. Let's relaunch. Oh, that looks right. There's a lot more stadiums now. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Round Rock Express, San Antonio Missions, those are not major league clubs. Awesome. JC, hey, thanks a lot. Good luck on the Wi-Fi, man.
Thanks, man.
So let's go ahead and start checking off some of these minor league stadiums that I've been to. And, oh, shoot. The images are busted. I'm not getting the team image. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back into Visual Studio Online. And here in this public folder is where I have all of my images. All of the team images are right here. I accidentally forgot to upload these team images. So let me look. Here's all the logos for the AAA teams. I'm just going to grab them from my local environment. I'm going to drag them in and drop them on Teams in the browser. And we'll wait a second, and all of these images have now uploaded. So let's go back and refresh. and see if the New Orleans baby cakes are available for me to visit. Pretty cool, right? I did not make up any of these teams. These are real. Yes, there's a team called the Baby Cakes, and they have that logo. So thanks for helping me out with my challenge. Now I can start going to see some AAA teams. So we've seen VS Code, and we've seen the desktop. What about Visual Studio 2019? Let's go ahead and see what we can do with that. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to connect to environments. Now, I have a list of environments, and this time I'm going to connect to a WPF-based environment. I'm more of a web guy myself. I like the browser. I like forwarding ports. That feels comfortable to me. But I know a lot of folks get to work on cool GUI applications, desktop, things like that. So Visual Studio 2019's support for Visual Studio Online is now available in private preview, which means I'll give you a link at the end. If you would like to play with this, you can sign up, and we'll onboard you as soon as we can. Everything I've shown until this point is available today for you to play with as a public preview, but this is something that you'll need to sign up for. So I'm in Visual Studio. I can open up the new integrated terminal inside of Visual Studio. It gives me PowerShell by default. I'm more of a CMD kind of guy. I can look at my environment. Nope, I'm looking at the version of my environment, which in this case is Windows, because I'm connected to a remote Windows environment. Everything we've seen so far has been Linux. This happens to be Windows. And not only that, but bringing in the runtimes that I need for this WPF app, I have .NET version 3 installed. That's great. Let's go ahead and see if we can debug something in here. So I'm going to look at this WPF core app. I'm going to look at this view model right here. Look at the main view model. I'm going to set a breakpoint right here when we add a coupon, and let's debug this. Wait a minute. This is a WPF app running on a remote machine. How am I going to see this? That was your cue. How am I going to see this? We're not. Whoever yelled at, you're not. You're the best all time. He believes that Microsoft can do something magic. So something magic is supposed to be appearing here. This is the most exclusive piece of the bits that I'm showing you. Not only is it in private preview, but it's also on the insiders channel that you have to flip a bit for in the private preview. What you're supposed to see here is app sharing. App sharing will literally pop up a window and show you the app and windows that are running on the remote and let you interact with them locally. I'll click the button, and the breakpoint will be hit. Just like I have the app running locally, but it's actually running on the remote environment. So I can do everything that I need to do, just like I was doing with web, but with GUI applications. So Ruben, do we have a video of this working at the VS booth? We will have a video of this working at the VS booth. Ruben just got a job. If he needs to run out, he might run out. But it's a really, really cool feature. It also is a live share feature. So if you would like to try this with just Visual Studio 2019 and maybe a pair programming session, then you can do that. You'll just have to get the insiders version of live share. So let's talk a little bit more about Visual Studio Online. Right? We talked about all the editors. We talked about what's happening in the cloud. We're managing and provisioning the compute, the network, and the storage for you. And for that, we tried to make this as cost-effective as possible. We have two types of environments that you can create right now, two instance types, standard and premium, and you can see the specs there. And you pay for the time that you are connected and actively using the environment. We bill you at a per second increment, and if you add up all of the seconds for an hour, it will cost you 46 cents an hour for a standard environment or 88 cents an hour for premium. So you can spin up a code review one evening, use it for 2 hours, throw it away. It'll cost you less than $1. If you just suspend your environment because you want to use it later, there's a very nominal charge, less than a penny an hour, to have it kind of sitting there waiting and ready for you. That's managed side. We also have a feature in Visual Studio Online for self-hosted environments, and these are free. So maybe you already have some environment that's perfectly configured, where all 8 cogs are exactly the way that you want it, or it's a piece of hardware that maybe we don't support today in our Azure-hosted Visual Studio Online environments. You can register that environment with our service and get many of the same benefits and features that I've shown you today available. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and fire up Visual Studio Code again. And go back to my trusty Remote Explorer. And this time, I'm going to say that I want to register my local environment. This machine right here, I want to register that with Visual Studio Online. It's going to ask me what folder do I want to open by default. Let's just go ahead and open up my desktop. And I'll give a name for this registration. We'll call this Nix Surface Pro. From there, I'm going to go ahead and go back into Chrome, and I'm going to go look at my list of environments. And what we'll see is the environment we've been using, Ballpark Tracker, the environment that we created in VS Code earlier, there we go. So what we created in VS Code earlier that I called for Ignite, Ballpark Tracker, and here's Nix Surface Pro. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to that. Now, normally I'd be doing this from a different machine, right? So imagine you go to the machine that's under your desk, you register it, you need to do some work late at night, you go home, you pop open the browser on your machine that's sitting at home, and look, I've connected to it. There's my folder of AAA teams that we were looking at earlier. And let's go ahead and create a new file. Hello, TXT. Let's do a little improv game. Give me 3 verbs. Go. Fun is not a verb. Give me another non-verb. Go with easy, and Nick is awesome. Good suggestions. I really like those suggestions. If we go ahead and we open up that file, we'll see, great, there, sitting there exactly as I wanted to. And of course, better, I can do this from VSO. I can make the change. And if I go and look at my local environment, I'm getting from VSO. So completely free. This is a great way for you to go and experiment and play with the service. Speaking of which, you can also experiment with the service by signing up for a free Azure account. You'll get $200 in credits. That's good for all Azure services, including Visual Studio Online. So wrapping up, I want to make it clear, because I showed you a whole bunch of things today. You saw a public preview that's available right now of Visual Studio Online that supports Visual Studio Code, the browser-based editor, on Linux environments. I also showed you a private preview that you can sign up for today for Visual Studio IDE 2019 and Windows-based environments. We saw LiveShare and IntelliCode, which are generally available and are not necessarily tied to Visual Studio Online. You can try them out yourself. And we also almost saw the insiders build of app sharing happening. So please swing by the booth to see that. It looks like we have a couple of minutes for questions if people would like. And also, if you're not picking up the QR code, aka.ms/VSO, Visual Studio Online, aka.ms/VSO blog will take you to my blog article that explains all of this and gives you all the links to sign up, to download, to try. I have 5 minutes for any questions. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll take questions right here. Actually, can you run to the mic for me, please, so we pick it up on the video?
So you had MongoDB running on local hosts?
I did.
How is that provisioned?
Yeah, so how is MongoDB running on localhost? So there's 2 stories there today. Story number 1 is actually an experimental feature flag that you can flip. You can define a Docker file and do whatever you want to with Docker to define your definition. I was using a bash script at the end of the provisioning to install MongoDB, because I didn't want to do something experimental on stage. But either way, the Docker file, or you can use a bash script and a post create command from that dev container JSON. Well, since y'all are leaving anyway, I thank you so much for coming out. You were great, and I was awesome.